Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Loretta, and I'm happy that you're here. I'm here today to talk about the Heretic Hour. I began meeting locally here in my community of the Heretic Hour on August 4th, 2022 this year. Spirit came to me in July, uh, probably about the second week, end of the second week, and I typed it up just as he showed. The Heretic Hour, and it's for people holding an opinion at odds with what is generally accepted. Jesus Christ was a heretic. That's why he was nailed to the cross. Socrates, heretic. Plato, heretic. Aristotle, heretic. You can do a search and find a whole lot of heretics in our history. I'm supposed to share with you regarding heretics. Without punishers, heretics would be nothing more than people with different ideas. Yeah. Let's see, I think the last one we had in the United States of America, who were burning mostly women at the stake. They had different ideas. They were led by a spirit who knew about plants and the different uh, medicinal properties and utilized them. And they had their other ways about them too. Witches were heretics. Jesus Christ was a heretic. Thinking different is the starting point for progress. And without punishers, heretics would be nothing more than people with different ideas. At these meetings, I share knowledge that I've learned about secrets of the past, the nature of reality, and the ancient gods of history. Uh, there's a young author by the name of Matthew Lacrosse. He's written a couple of really good books. And his style of writing is like he's narrating a documentary. So it's really easy to read and to follow along. So I highly recommend his book. His The Illusion of Time is the title. And also The Stage of Time is the one that follows after that. I highly recommend it. The Heretic Hour is about truth, knowledge, love, and light. So I hope you'll join me. I'm not sure exactly how to start this. Um, I mean, for me, this journey goes back to when I was a young child. I was born into the Roman Catholic faith, and at 6 years old, sitting in catechism class, learning about the stories of Genesis, the book of Genesis. And the teacher declared that first people on earth were Adam and Eve, who had two boys, Cain and Abel, and these boys went off to find themselves wives. I raised my hand and I said, now, hold on just a minute. where these other people come from. And of course, the response was, it's one of the mysteries of the Bible. And in that moment, I heard Jesus tell me that is a lie. Now, I don't believe the teacher knew that, the teacher believed what the teacher believed, because that's what the teacher had learned. So it's not like I was being deliberately lied to. They didn't know any better. But that started the journey for me. I mean, I'd already realized by that age that I just had a feeling, knowing that this is not my natural home. Earth, it's not my natural home. It's not. It didn't make sense. I grew up in a magical place. It's a 10-acre piece of land, 2 5-acre tracts along the road. And I lovingly call it Dingleberry Land. We had animals there. It was mostly forest when we moved there. It had power in there, but no plumbing. There was no water. I remember it being dug by hand at first, and then the magical moment came when my maternal grandfather witched the water on the property. We had the best water, the best. But that was a divination tool that he used. And he was a solid Roman Catholic. Solid as he come. My grandparents were. So that was the most magical moment that I had witnessed at my young age. I knew there was more than what the eye could see or what our fingers could touch or feel. I knew there was more. I knew I was of the Spirit, part of the Spirit, the Creator, the Source. So somehow or another, I've got to figure out how to talk to you about this, because this is the assignment that I've been given by Spirit, the Source, Creator, Jesus, if you will. So that was in Genesis in Catechism when I was 6 years old. And if you want to look it up, it's Genesis 1:27. I don't know why I want to go to 126. Oh yeah, 126. That's where you start. Yeah. Because it says, and God said, let us make man out of our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and the fowl of the earth, in the air, etc., etc. And then in verse 27, so God created man in His own image, in the image of God. Now, the Old Testament is full of God and Elohim. That's not the creator. I mean, I can't say it's not the creator. Well, yeah, I can. It's not the source creator. The one who's talking here In Genesis 1:26 and 27, that God is a lesser being of the source creator. That God is a human from another planet, another galaxy, another universe, however you want to plan it. That person, those people that created mankind, which started 260 million years ago, because you and I, Homo sapiens sapien, we are the 22nd prototype. And here, I thought I was going to have a problem jumping into this. Yeah. What the Bible is, people, it's about extraterrestrial coming down to Earth. It was an experiment. Well, not so much of an experiment, because they had an idea what they needed to do, and they were going to create mankind to do the toiling of the soil of the earth and do all the things that the Gigis, the lesser gods, didn't want to do. Because they had a lesser god or a lesser sentient being, actually, because we're all sentient beings. They're called the Gigi. And they did the toiling for 3,500 years before they finally said, we've had enough of this. This is too hard on us. This is killing us. We're not doing it no more. Hence, then it took 260 million years to get from the first prototype to the present day Homo sapiens sapien, which was created 200,000 years ago. The 22nd prototype, us, 200,000 years ago. Now, the first prototype, began 260 million years ago. There were 22 attempts before they landed on what they wanted in us, in the Homo sapiens sapien model. That prototype was good enough. This is a big old story, big story, even bigger secret. The religious and governmental powers that have always been the ones that set up the system, and they were otherworldly beings, human beings. They look like human beings, some of them. Others, no, they don't. I don't believe so. There's a lot to learn. I don't know if you're interested. I hope somebody's interested. We're going into the age of Aquarius. It's a new world. It is a new world. And I wish I was better at all this speaking. I was one of the kids in school. You get up to do a book report, not me. I'm doing 2, 3 if I have to. 3 written reports. I'm not getting in front of that class. Not going to do it. My parents sent me to school to learn, not to make friends, not to do anything but learn. And that included getting up in front of the class and performing like a trained seer. At the time, that's, about all I could relate it to. So I didn't do any of this. I didn't do public speaking. My first inkling of that was about 25 years ago. And it was a community setting. And it was nothing on a big grand scale. Spirits led me here. 2015, he really started hounding me. You know? 2015. I didn't know where Spirit was going with this. You know, told Spirit, I don't talk well enough. I'm not cut from that cloth. But I listened. And I learned. And now I know. And I did, I joined Toastmasters a couple of years ago, but I didn't know. The reason I thought I was doing it uh, was because about 6 years ago, my sister, who's year and a half younger than me, she died, passed on, and 8 months later, my mom passed on. And I want to tell you, that really kicked me hard. And I started writing furiously. I had a 40-pound tote full of papers, writings, stories, and I thought, and then I went to the meetup has like writing workshop things you can go to. I did that. And after I did that, there was a little break, and then I joined Toastmasters because I thought, well, I'm going to have to probably do some speaking, if I, do these books and it turns into something. And that's why I did. Toastmasters for me was like an acting class. It was how I came away feeling about it. And I didn't stay long. I did 4 speeches there. I know they thought I was out of my mind because the second time I got up to speak, I had my granddaughter there with her boyfriend, and they were filming. And I had a picture display. People probably thought I was, well, they, probably like everybody else, I'm a bit, out there a little bit. But that's okay. I was talking about 9/11. Women's rights, women's right to vote. I told that story. These were all college-educated people in the room. I've taken some classes, but to enroll in college and do the full thing on, no. I do a class here and there at the community college for whatever I'm into at the time. If it's related to my job or anything else. So I did that. And what I heard them doing there was like fluff pieces. They're talking about recipes, or everyday mundane things they spoke about. But after I did the speech about women and virtually their responsibility to vote, they need to vote, 3 of those women came up to me and thanked me. They didn't know the stories of me. So that was satisfying. That was good. I helped them. That's how I look at it. But the Heretic Hour is about revealing knowledge. You know, um, our system was set up a long time ago, a very, very long time ago. And it's because of this man, Jesus, that we have saving grace. Not that we wouldn't anyway, from what I know now, but we're all being fed a bunch of lies. None of us. I mean, our bodies, yeah, they're going to die. You know, they're going to wear out. But me and you, what makes you you and what makes me me, what got me here in front of this video here, this person, eternal. We are eternal spiritual beings. We are from the source. There are 9 dimensions out there, at least. And widely thought that 9. Some people, maybe we'll push it more. But the consensus is 9 dimensions. And we live in the 3rd dimension here. We are spiritual beings having a human experience here on planet Earth. And once we pass over, we have a review, we get counseled, we understand our mistakes, or at least confront them. Hopefully, we have the mindset to learn better, because I'm understanding that this personality that we have, timeless. Timeless. So, you know who you are. I know who I am. Well, if we had 1, 10, 1,000 previous lifetimes, and whatever prototype we were in, we're still the same personality. Our identity is the same, which really trips me out. I mean, I'm glad, because I kind of like me. So, I don't have to start with scratch for an identity for the next lifetime or the next assignment. And also, one of the things I've been working out with myself, because I absolutely do believe this happened to get our attention. And man, are we slow. So there's this spiritual, The source created all the planets, all the stars, all of it, and the life forms. And it was those life forms that created mankind. We were created by the source, not on its own. No. These were hands-on other beings from other planet, galaxies, whatever. They did that. They created us. That's the truth. That's the truth. The source, absolutely. That's our spirit. That's where our spirit comes from. Our eternal spirit. So, we were here, well, not here on Earth, per se, but we were in existence as spirit, in the spirit world, before the other beings, the other human beings, because we look like them, they're other human beings from other planets. We call them extraterrestrials. You got that? We call them extraterrestrials. Now, I've come across some recent information. Would you like to know a little bit about the extraterrestrials from other planets? One, and there's also an extraterrestrial living that claims Earth for its planet. They were here before mankind was created. Yeah. Oh yeah, it gets good. Stick around. Stick around to learn something. I'm learning all the time. But this is where I'm at. Supposed to share it with you. So I'm just gonna let the chips fall where they may. If you've got questions, comment below. My email's down there if you want to send me an email. I can refer books, source material to you. I've been picking up these clues, these puzzle pieces, these breadcrumbs my entire life. I'm going to be 68 in November, this November. And when I came across them crumbs of information, those tiddly pieces that didn't make no sense, but man, something's going on, I put it in my little pocket, my invisible pocket. A lifetime's worth. And now I know why. Spirit has shared with me. This is one of my main deals here. So I'm supposed to be ministering. And by the way, I became an ordained minister in November on the 2nd of 2017. Took Spirit 2 years or convincing. Because I don't talk good enough. I don't communicate like other people. Spirit says, you're exactly what a lot of people need. And this is why you're here. Let's do this. This is okay. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I had all kinds of crazy thoughts in my head. Is this what you do? I'd walk into a church with a bullhorn, spewing my... No. But I didn't know. Now I know. Because, see, Spirit knew there was no way. There was no way I was going to use this at any pulpit type situation. The language that the Bible was written in, Hebrew, Greek, it don't translate to English at all. Do your research. Do your own research. I did mine. A lot of other people have done their own too. The ones that are writing these information, this mind-blowing information is being found out. But anyway, I'll give you an idea. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, okay. 15 planets. And the sentient life forms, the sentient beings that reside there. Okay. And more than one had a hand in creating mankind. One may have kicked it off, but the others got into the game too. Alpha Draconis, ALPHADRACONIS. Reptilian beings. They're a very large reptilian race. They're the oldest in our universe. They were in this universe and on this planet Earth first. They believe, and that they are, the true heirs to this universe, and as such are all royalty. Yeah. Andromeda, ANDROMEDA. They're humanoids similar in appearance to Earth humans. If you see Galactic Federation in a multicolored traditional suit, those would be the Andromedanians. They consist of three basic human types: the Nordic, Mediterranean, and Oriental. They have our Andromedans have healing and communication abilities. And are very spiritual. Another planet, Apollonia, APOLLONIA. Apollonians, they only have one planet. And they operate in the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension. We operate in the third dimension here on Earth. Next planet, Arcturus, ARCTURUS. These are highly sentient mammal-like, mammalian species, and they closely resemble a horse. I thought that was pretty true. I love horses. Okay. Okay, and they also live in the fifth dimension, the dimension of love. Yeah. Arcturians are the most loving and non-judgmental beings imaginable. They have state-of-the-art technology, a higher vibrational frequency. The closest one to life or spirit or God. Next planet is the Centaurus. 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 They also closely resemble the humans now found on Earth. They were one of the original progenitors of Earth, humans, amongst others. Their genes were used to create us. Their main line are the Irish. Okay. 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 There are reptoid centurions, scaly lizard-like, muscular body. They're straightforward, very organized, rule-oriented. And they achieve their goals in the most peaceful and harmonious manner. Next planet, Fomalhaut. Fomalhaut, I'll spell it. Fomalhaut. This 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 in the Pleiades star system. It's the first human rebel group from the Pleiades that first colonized Fomalhaut some 250,000 years ago. Yeah. They closely resemble the Nordic type of ETs. The second type is dark. Third is a smaller denoid reptoid. Lyra, the next planet, Lyrians, are from Lyra and Vega star systems. The constellation of Lyra contains many races, many star systems, existing primarily in the fourth dimension. It's been long recognized in Norse mythology. Some of the races that come from Lyria include Paschat, Paschat, a humanoid with cat-like features and qualities. Caucasian humanoids, light skin, light eyes, thin, muscular builds. Most of our genetic forefathers came from this category, although Earth humans contain a large mixture of ET genetics from different influences. There's the darker skinned humanoids. There's bird-like humanoid. Not to be confused with birds. They are mammals whose features are very different from humanoid. We have the Lyran redheads with Celtic-like qualities. Red to strawberry blonde hair. We have Vegans from the Vega star system, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation. These beings have very dark skin, sometimes copper in tone, with black hair. They have a strong sense of responsibility, nurturing and caring. The next planet we have is Mars. The inhabitants of the planet Mars went to Maldek, both human and non-human graves, including the alleged inhabitants of the two Martian moons. There was a catalyst that happened to Maldek, and it's now become part of the asteroid belt. No more is known about Marduk, or Maldek, yeah. Those who have Maldek as their planetary origin have strong, steady personalities. They're determined and focused in their beliefs, whatever they may be. Often have deep leadership abilities. They're very intelligent, technically minded, detail-oriented. They're knowledgeable in a wide variety of areas. They seldom accept simple explanations or easy answers. Next planet is Orion. In many ways, Mintakan Orions resemble the frogs and toads of Earth. There are, however, some major differences. They are mainly bipedal in stature. Unlike those of Earth's amphibians, the eyes are not too bulgy but are quite large. Bellatrix orion's major species is Dinoid reptoid hybrid. Very scaly and bony. Upper head is surrounded by large bony crests. Then we have little grays, or small percentage of the Orion population. Their origin, Zeta Reticuli, a neighbor of the Orion's constellation. Orions are very sensitive to balance. So they need a flow of balanced, beautiful energy. They like to laugh. They have a keen eye for detail and notice things that others don't. Pleiades star system. Third dimensional inhabitants of Pleiades. These beings are very spiritually advanced cultures, existing on the higher overtones of the fourth dimension. These beings closely resemble Earth humans, although a lot taller and with attractive physiques. Pleiadians can be attributed to three known groupings: Nordic in appearance, Mediterranean in appearance, and Native American in appearance. Pleiadian ancestry can be traced back to a home world in the constellation of Lyra. Pleiadians are a highly evolved humanoid race and the next step in our evolution. It is said that the Pleiadians are here to help us in our spiritual journey to enlightenment. Native Americans have Pleiadian genes, ninth dimensional. Those who have Pleiadians as their planetary origin are sensitive, loving, and kind, with a deep, abiding desire for peace and happiness for all. They have a pleasant, smooth energy which others enjoy being near. Then we have the Procyon planet, Procyon. Humans of Procyon are typical Lyrian Syrian in appearance and look like typical Earth humans with two major differences. First, the eyes are much larger and appear more alive, color, etc. Two smaller ears are attached slightly lower on the head. top and rear of the head is enlarged to accommodate a larger frame capacity. Okay. The amphiboid reptoid beings possess a lizard-like body covered with scaly skin. Two slits for a nose. Ears are small. 2-inch oval set just behind each eye. Mouth is thin slit. They have a strong sense of responsibility, nurturing and caring. And we move on to Sirius. Sirrus. The Sirian star system is home to a wide variety of fourth-dimensional sentient life forms. Humanoid Sirians trace their lineage back to the Vega star system in the constellation of Lyra. Okay. Yeah, they got planets out from Sirius B. They've got cetaceans, dolphin whales, and mer people. We have uh, there's a third type, a hybrid form from the Dinoid and second humanoid race. The Cetacean home world can also be found on the third planet out from Sirius B. The final type resembles that of the original Sirius B humanoid colonist. The hybrid third type has a scaly type of skin with more pronounced cat eyes, vertical slit. Those from Sirius make loyal, trustworthy friends, but expect the same in return. Next planet is Tauceti, Tauceti. It's 2 words. Galactic humanoids closely resemble humans from a constellation of Hercules. 3 major skin colors: brown, including copper tone, red, and green. Yeah. They have the Mediterranean or South American type. And they have a bear-like mammalians, huge furry being with small furry tails. You know, when I first heard about that, I thought, a little similar to the Sasquatch with a Bigfoot, in my mind. Okay. Yeah, these characters, the Tessitians, they feel the abductions being carried out by some of the Greys are a great injustice to humanity. These are the Sasquatch looking ones. Already, I love them just for that. They say the Greys are a parasite race that has and is preying on human civilizations throughout the universe. Our government's involvement with the Greys is very dangerous and out of control. The Taucetians have been preyed upon by these aliens before and are now working with other races and communities who were also victims. The message is not to be afraid because they are here to help us. Next planet, Venus. Humanoid habitation of Venus is very attractive. Said to be very attractive people. Next planet, Zeta Reticuli. Tall grays from Orion. They're similar to the gray types that we've heard and seen on television. Yeah. It says the Greys were much more human looking at one time. What happened was that they, as a race, were captured 892,000 years ago, while leaving Zeta 1 and Zeta 2 to go off and do their own thing. That's how Earth became colonized. They got captured by a group in Orion that was already genetically altered and under control of the Alpha Draconians. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Well, I got almost an hour. I can hardly believe this. Okay, so I haven't told you about my own personal abduction experiences or spiritual experiences, and I will do that in the following episodes. I'll probably start out with the extraterrestrial stuff, personal stuff of my own. See, where I'm still working this out, I'm a little slow. As I have asked Spirit, and I have been told the extraterrestrials, like us, are sentient beings. They have souls. They have souls. So I'm still trying to, you know, marinate with this, coalesce it all in my mind. A lot of the readers here on YouTube, they have their guides are ET. They're ETs. They have a soul. They're sentient beings, and they have the ability to communicate with us. And they all use telepathy. All of them. Our spirit guides do. The extraterrestrials do. Our spirit has a soul. The extraterrestrials have a soul. All living beings have souls, whether it's this planet or the other ones. And that's not going to be easy for people on Earth to deal with. So we need to talk about it. We need to get out in the open. I've read a lot of good source material. And of course, everyone starts, well, most everyone, I didn't, of course. I started out with something else, but everyone knows or is familiar with The Chariots of the Gods by Eric von Däniken. That's a good starting place. And what it is Eric is asking over 300 questions in his books to the Roman Catholic faith. Because, like he and I are both Roman Catholics, or from that pool anyway. I'm not a practicing Catholic. I haven't been since I was 14 years old when I decided that it was time for me to separate myself from the Catholic Church. And at 12 years old, I decided I'm not going to be a nun. I'm not going to. So, yeah, was it my decision or was spirit? Yeah, maybe it was just an exercise in thought, an exercise in telepathy. I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad you, if you're still here, if anyone's going to ever be here and listen to this. Anyway, I thank you. I thank you all for stopping by. I thank you, my subscribers, most of all. Thank you very much, visitors. And hope you have a blessed day. Um, Meditation really helps get through, guided meditation. So I hope you try it if you're having problems. If you're not all calm and serene, not many of us are during these days. For the past 7 years, actually. I think it's been about 7 years. Yeah, still feeling a little choppy there in the belly when I go out in the world. When I leave my door. Anyway, I love you all and thank you for stopping by and checking out what the Heretic Hour is all about. It's out there. It's ideas that don't go along with the normal routine. And that's what you're going to find here at the Heretic Hour. Me working through this. I hope you join me. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you have a blessed day. And if I didn't say so earlier, it's August 9th, 2022. Until next time. Bye-bye.